Hello, cohort 2. My name is Travis Chambers. Um, Currently, right now, I serve as a college administrative officer for the School of Public Health at Georgia State University. I started my professional career in higher education as a student assistant for the Georgia Tech Research Institute, working for a federally funded government center. While in my undergraduate program at Georgia Tech, I studied management with a concentration in marketing, and as well as I was a student athlete. So during that time, I decided I should probably get some work experience, some valuable work experience, and so I sought some accounting or managerial positions on campus. So that's how my career in higher education got started. I worked there as a student assistant for about 3 years of my undergraduate program, graduated, finished out my eligibility, and started working full time in the same center. I worked there for about a year and a half, and then I went on to Kennesaw State University in the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, where I was a business manager at that unit. And this was my first time working on a non-research side organization, a department in higher education, and thoroughly enjoyed it. I stayed there for almost 2 years. Throughout my time there, I focused on some strategic programs, refine their budget, and help launch a few degree programs as well. After my time at Kennesaw State, I went on to Agnes Scott College, where I was a senior budget manager for academic affairs. This was my first time working at a private institution, but it was still in the accounting and finance arena. I oversaw all of the academic programs, the library, IT, and I believe that's it. At the time, I think it consisted of about 41% of the overall school budget. I reported directly to the dean of the college, which is equivalent to the provost from a university perspective. But by being such a small liberal arts college, it was just the dean of the college. I thoroughly enjoyed my time there. I was able to establish some good professional relationships, get more experience of working with endowments, gift funding, and things like that from a private institution, and got very involved in the senior administration. I was on the leadership council team with the president, the vice president of finance, which I thought was very interesting. Stayed there for about almost over 2 years. Then I transferred on. I moved on to the Charlotte College of Business, where I was the director of finance administration there. So I actually returned back to my alma mater, per se, to work there as their financial director. While there, I oversaw the overall budget of the school. All of the academic programs, was a key role in revenue generation, projection, manage everything from faculty summer payroll to helping write writing policies or creating new operational policies for the school. Throughout that time, I was able to build upon my experience at Agnes Scott working in endowment funds, as there was a sizable endowment there. So working with donors and meeting donors, getting more familiar with their intent, facilitating education, advancing the career of a lot of future business leaders, which is a good experience to me. It was kind of surreal to come back and serve in that capacity at the school where I got my undergraduate degree from. Also, I guess let me rewind. Also, I forgot to mention that I got my MBA from Kennesaw State University at the time when I was finishing up at Agnes Scott. So I did my undergraduate in management and my MBA at Kennesaw State. So, while at Georgia Tech, it was a good experience. I already had my MBA, so I can kind of relate a lot to some of the students there that were going to the MBA programs, which is a good time for me. And of course, now, most recently, I started at the School of Public Health as a college administrative officer last October. So right now, my duties consist of overseeing finance, IT, HR, and the facilities of the overall building, which is a newer role because my career has been primarily focused on finance and administration. So more so just expanding upon that administration side, overseeing some more administrative processes, which is giving me good experience. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I am working to develop some policies and kind of streamline some processes in my current unit, but I think it's going pretty well so far. As far as my leadership style, I believe very strongly in leading by example. I believe in leading by example and being genuine in your interactions with people. I kind of talk about my 4 pillars when it comes to my leadership style, and that's more so focusing on collaboration, making sure that everyone's involved, enthusiastic with the process, and knowing of what's going on. That feeds right into transparency. As you know, transparency is sharing the free sharing of information, letting everyone know what's going on in the organization and where we stand, so they don't feel like decisions are being made in a vacuum, and make sure that they're involved, so that kind of builds upon the collaboration. I also believe in integrity. Um, in higher education, I think in my role, I feel like I'm a facilitator of education. So I always try to think what is best for the students. I'm here to serve the students and to be ethical about, what I'm doing, my fiduciary responsibility with resources, and just working with that perspective and keeping that in line with what students may want and what they may need. And of course, to be innovative. I think, in higher education, that term is thrown out quite a bit. But being innovative and creating new ideas, not only degree programs, but new ways to expand the knowledge, the scholarship of an organization, the resource of an organization, and the service. And so, although I serve as a facilitator of those aspects, I try to work very close with faculty to help them serve the mission and think of new ways and innovative ways for them to expand their mission. As far as what I hope to gain from the program and my career plan, it's kind of interesting because I don't necessarily know if there's a defined career path in higher education for primarily staff individuals. Ideally, I would want to end up being the vice president of finance administration for a university in the Board of Regents, in the Georgia Board of Regents, because that's where most of my experience has been. And, I found that some fresh and new innovative ways of thinking, and someone who has worked primarily in higher ed their entire career, will help me kind of help lead a overall university into their future. That's the end goal. In the interim, this doctorate program, I thought it'd be good to have a terminal degree in higher education administration, so I can learn all aspects of higher education. Some of the things that I haven't been involved with, which is academic affairs or legal, some of these other aspects that I'm very interested in learning. So I'm looking forward very much to learning holistically what higher education is, in order to help facilitate and help be a change agent or a leader in the future in higher education. So that's kind of my synopsis for the program, and I hope to learn from everyone here, learn from the professors, all of my classmates and colleagues as well. So I'm very excited about getting started, so thanks.